Hey y'all, hey, I just thought I'd pop in today, do a little chit chat about this video my sister just sent to me about hairstylists not really being valued as doing a good deed. I'll just say that for a better lack of words, or doing good deeds, or having a life of their own. I will say at this time, where I'm currently from, the people are trash. I'm just gonna say it. The people are trash. They're trash. And I say that because they don't value real hairstylists who are real human beings who do good jobs and are good at their work. You have so many women out here who have low self-esteem. And I think I've talked about this in some other videos that I've done before in the past. And when they have low self-esteem, where I'm from, what they do is try to bring you down with them by discrediting your work, or things of that nature. And it comes off in so many different ways. Discrediting our work as a stylist comes off in so many different ways. I just had a client a couple of days ago who's been my regular client for the past several months. And she asked me a real dumb arse question. The question was, and this is amongst the 5911 dumb arse questions we get as hairstylists. But the question was, my head has been hurting. Mind you, she has locks, dreadlocks, which we call them locks now. She has locks, okay? She comes and gets her hair done once a month, okay? Some people are tender-headed. Some people can become tender-headed. Sometimes I don't think people become tender-headed. If they're tender-headed, they were tender-headed at birth, put it like that. They were tender-headed as a young child, if you don't understand my level of sarcasm. They've been tender-headed before. And so sometimes with dreadlocks, if you're not doing anything to your hair, if you're lazy, your head may become a little tenderhead. Okay. So, but back to her question. Her question was, I don't know if it was a question or she was just giving me some information, but she was asking me why her head hurt. And she thought her head was hurting because her head or scalp or hair or something is dry. I don't know if people are just getting dumber by the hour, or if all this radiation out here contributes to how dumb we're getting by the hour. I think it's both. I really think it's both, because that was the most dumbest question I've ever been asked in my entire life, or statement, or whatever have you. I don't know. But it speaks to people's level of knowledge and education. There has been instances when I try to educate people about their hair and whatever issues that they're having, and 9 9 times out of 10, most people come back. They always have a comeback, number one. They always have a comeback as to why what I'm stating is not to be true. I mean, like, I didn't go to school and learn some of the information, or my experience as a hairstylist doesn't qualify me for the answers and the knowledge and education that I'm trying to give them in regards to their hair care. You know, this is one way that they discredit us with our profession. And it's insulting in a catty way. And this is one thing I've never understood about some women. They don't know nothing else. They know how to be catty. They know how to do that, at least. If they can't do nothing else, if they can't love themselves, they can be catty with their personality. You know, and that's an upside down world characteristic to me. But that's what we live in now, the upside down world. So, but yeah, I'm like, why would you even ask that question? But some of the things that people say, so back to what I was saying about how they discredit our profession with some of these catty characteristics and comebacks about petty stuff, you know, and how they're not open-minded to understanding things about themselves, because your hair has to do with the health of your body. And if your body is not in good health, then a lot of this stuff comes out in your hair, in which we haven't even gotten on that conversation yet, because they ain't ready. The people ain't ready to hear that your nutrition is not kept up with, and that's why your hair is falling out. They do things like they put color and perm on their hair, or they get a perm, a fresh perm, and then they go out and get braids to twist the little scalp and hair off of their heads, you know, and then they wonder why they don't have any hair, or they blame it on whoever the hairstylist is as to the reason why they don't have any hair anymore. And that's just not so whatsoever. Now, one thing I will speak to is the fact that where I'm from, there are not a lot of good hairstylists left out here. There are not a lot of them left out here in these streets. A lot of them are young, only interested in the money, and only interested in the 1-2 step of a wig, weave, or braid session. You know, they're not vested in the upkeep of healthy hair like some of us old school stylists are, unfortunately. And so with that alone has contributed to giving us a bad name in the profession, because I went to such and such and they took my hair out. My hair started falling out and they did whatever, and so I just gotta tell you, because I don't want you to make my hair fall out. It's just a never-ending sorry story to keep having to hear rehearsed from different bodies with the same old scenario. So the video that I listened to, it was a really good video from a guy who's actually a hairstylist. Very informal. I'm going to see how I can add it to this video so you can hear what he's saying, because he made a lot of cool points, and a lot of points were referenced that are major for hairstylists. Like, we put up with a lot of BS from people, and we already have a lot of BS on our plate that we're dealing with as a human being, just like everybody else. But we may be a little more confident and able to handle things because we're in the beauty industry. So, but I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about that. I know I have been wanting to talk about a lot of that stuff from the hair industry world and being a hairstylist, because we deal with a lot. I was just telling, I'm not fully submerged in the hair game like I used to be because of people. The women, they've just put a really bad taste in my mouth, and none of them are open to where I'm from. I'm from good old raggedy arse Indianapolis. Where I'm from, they're not open-minded. They're not open to wanting better for themselves. They're not open to listening and understanding and possibly getting educated on something better for themselves, because that's what I bring to the table. I bring solutions. I don't bring drama. I bring solutions. I'm one for solutions. I don't know if you can see me. Hopefully you can, because the sunlight is right in the glare of the phone. But I bring solutions. And most people are blinded by my light that they can't even hear the solutions that I'm putting forth in effort to try to assist them on their hair journey with whatever issues they may be having with their hair, or whatever it is that they would like to see done with their hair, because of whatever the self-esteem issues is, the childhood trauma, all that leaks out when you sit in the hairstylist chair. And this is what is unbeknownst to the client world. So I'm going to do some more talking about this. I'm going to go and brainstorm some things about some of the experiences that I've had with people, and possibly bring on another person with me to conversate about some of this stuff, because hairstylists put up with a lot. We're putting up with a lot, and we're getting a lot of backlash from bad stylists, from people who don't want to do right or don't do right, and they disguise it as professionalism, or they make it seem like they know everything that they need to know, but then you come up out the bowl or the chair and you got bald spots in your head. Yeah. So I'll be back with another video sometime soon. Okay? Call you back. Bye.